Some people just want to watch world fun.
Jeff nails another draft day.
Nailed it.
Top 5 has 98.
I got one more.
Just loves some Kevin James.
Fucking Kevin James.
It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's the history of bad. That's right. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the history of bad ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the history of bad ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke. Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 353. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Jim.
I'm Scab Blake.
There. Is it really Scab Blake when he's not here anymore? I think it's more Scab Brian. Maybe Scab Intern.
Okay.
Just a thought.
The intern's father has to take over the job for the intern when he's not there.
That's right. That's right. Did you ground him?
No, he's at the debate tonight. He'll be feeding lines into the earpiece of Joe Biden.
Okay, that'll be good. Blake will be feeding lines into the earpiece of Trump. So they'll be on opposite sides tonight.
Possibly.
So
I think Blake wanted to watch the Indians game.
Oh, yeah, they do play tonight. You know what? Before we get into this whole show, who is shocked that the Indians and Yankees, well, mostly the Yankees, are on ESPN at night on the first night of the playoffs?
They give the Yankees the 8 o'clock of the primetime game every time. There's no shock at all.
What are they ranked? The 7th seed? Are they 7?
No, they were 5th.
Or are they 5th? Okay.
Yeah, it's the 4 or 5.
Okay. And yeah, that's right, because Oakland's number 2, right?
Yeah, White Sox 7.
Yep, White Sox won today. The Blue Jays are in the process of winning, so it's a good day.
No, Blue Jays lost 3-1 to Tampa.
What? Did I look at that
Blue Jays
wrong?
lost 3-1 to Tampa. They were never in the league.
How did I miss this? I was watching the game. You know what I blame this on? I blame it on because when they showed the stadium, it really looked like the Toronto stadium. Tampa's did. So I'm blaming it on that. Can I do that?
Yeah.
No.
The Blue Jays scored their only run in the 8th when they were already down 3-0.
So that was Tampa that scored when I flipped it back before I came on Hobie. Damn it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How can the Reds have more wins than the Cardinals and they're a lower seed?
Because their winning percentage is lower.
That's bull crap.
No, because
them last 2 games.
they have the essentially same winning percentage, but the Cardinals had the tiebreaker.
Yeah,
Which was what? Head-to-head?
Head-to-head. Cardinals
Okay,
had a better head-to-head.
Gotcha.
And because the Reds would rather play Atlanta this round than the Padres.
I don't know about that because the Padres pitching staff is absolutely decimated with injuries. LeMay.
That's all right. The Reds can't hit.
Yeah, but they're not going to face the 2 best pitchers in San Diego because they're hurt.
The Reds can't hit, and they don't score runs unless they hit home runs, and San Diego's the hardest park to hit a home run in. So,
don't tell that to Tatis.
Well, he's better than what we have.
Don't tell that to the team that has like 8 grand slams this year.
8 of them?
It's something like that. Nobody else's team had like more than like 3.
I think what really hurt the Reds.
I don't know the exact numbers. They had a lot.
I feel like what really hurt the Reds this year, they would have won more games, but they had that softball rule that they were only allowed 3 home runs per games. That really hurt them. After that, it was an out. I feel like they would have at least won a couple more games with that. It's a shame. It's a shame.
Well, but you expect this is the softball year, extra innings, you start with a runner on base, designated hitter. I mean, that's all it is glorified softball.
It is. I'm rooting in the playoffs. I'm rooting for the celebrity softball team to win. They're the seventh ranked, I think. I think they're in it.
Really? Because Kevin James is pitching for him.
He is. It's a bad day for that. Henry Cavill is...
Bertolo Colon on the team now.
Henry Cavill is the cleanup hitter, so I think it will be okay. But
does he even know how to play baseball, being a Brit and everything?
Don't tell him he's British. He doesn't know that.
He has a cricket bat.
I do like the 8-team playoff, so each league gets 8 teams. I'm okay with that. I like the best of 3 in the first round.
I'm okay with that for this year. Yeah.
Okay. Would you?
I still don't like losing teams to making playoffs type stuff. But.
Doug, do you like it? Do you like the expanded playoffs?
For this year it's fine, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of it.
The Reds were batting 215, I think, as a team, 220.
212.
212.
Yeah. Jason was giving them credit, 215.
I looked it up the other day. They had 3 guys on their entire team hit better than 250. That's it.
And
and only one of them has enough at bats to qualify for. I mean,
yes,
like Stevenson had 14 at bats.
Right.
Yeah, because I was looking the other day. The one guy was batting 340, but he had 17 at bats. That was it. It's just does that count?
Nope.
On a side note, congrats to the Tampa Bay Lightning for winning the Stanley Cup last night. So congratulations. Beating that imposter of a team that we won't even talk about that left Minnesota. So there you go. Steven Stamkos. What's that?
I'm still disappointed in that team when they moved to Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of it was Minnesota North Stars, and then they said the Stars. No, they should have been the Dallas Lone Star. It would have been perfect.
Would have been.
Except that they left a team out of Minnesota for a couple years. That was the shitty part.
But now they got the Wild, so
I like the name The Wild. I'm okay with that. I think we lost Jeff on video. I think we lost him.
No.
Did you?
Still there?
I think you might have lost me, Jason, but everyone else can see me.
Oh, hi, Jeff. Nope.
Well, now I lost Jason on video.
There you go. I'm back. Anyways, let's see here. Jeff, I caught up on the boys. I'm caught up.
Finally.
I'm one episode behind. I didn't see Fridays yet.
It's a good season. Jim, I won't spoil the last episode, but it was kind of going the same way I felt like they were going to go, especially when they start going into the background of the Voles, the guy that started the company and the serum.
Yeah.
I was like, yep, I could see that, especially with what Homelander is and all that. I was like, yeah, I could see that. Jeff, I still don't understand how you think the Butcher is an asshole. I don't get it.
I think he's like the worst human being next to Homelander in the show.
He saves Huey.
I'll take it back. Stormfront is probably worse also.
Stormfront might be worse than Homelander even. After the last episode, I do like one quick spoiler here. Well, I think Blake spoiled it on our private messages here. The lamplighter is in it. You see him in episode 6.
Yeah.
And it's Sean Ashmore. Ashmore? Is that his name?
I think that's his name.
Yeah. So
something like that. Yeah.
Of X-Men fame, the Iceman and X-Men, and he's the fiance of one of the cops in The Rookie this season. So, but I'm digging it, and I really don't understand how you think the Butcher is that bad of a guy. I really don't. He's trying to get his wife back. He's
He's a POS. He gets these guys together.
Yeah.
Drags Huey into this shit just for his own personal reference or his own personal need. Casts him aside when he doesn't have need for him. When he gets a lead on his wife, he just ditches everybody else and the shit where they are.
But they all were okay with that.
They weren't all okay with that.
Well, Huey isn't, because he's a little bastard.
MM wasn't either.
Mother's Milk was he was okay. He understood it.
He wasn't going to fight him over it, but he's like, dude, you're a fucking punk. You're not gonna see this through. You're gonna run off and do your own thing now. Not as convenient for you.
You know what? At least when Butcher makes a decision, he sticks with it. Unlike Huey, who's conflicted every other minute. Oh my gosh, make a decision, stick with it.
He's made a decision. It's the fucking Butcher then does the wrong thing.
No.
Every time.
No. I don't see that at all. I don't.
Butcher first.
Jim, did you see Black Noir attacking the group at the Ant's house? Is that in episode 5?
Yes.
I think. Okay, so he makes
5,
he makes a deal with the leader of, was it Vols? Is that the company? Vols? Vought. Sorry. He makes a deal with them, so he doesn't get killed by Black Noir. But I'm like, that's all you were negotiating? I would be negotiating a little bit more than that. I don't understand. I don't see why you wouldn't. Obviously, he didn't want to die, but Doug, have you watched season 2?
I'm one episode in.
Okay. Does
But I know Lamplighter shows up, so thanks. That's fine. It's not like he told me, it's not like he told me Luke Skywalker died in one of them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Jason do that to you?
By accident.
Yes, he did. After I had told him I'm going to go see the movie on the weekend.
I may have let it slip by accident. Anyways, Doug, you're one episode into season 2. Do you think Huey is still a whiny little bitch in it?
Oh, without a doubt.
He is annoying.
But I think the Butcher is a jackass, though, too.
I'm not saying the Butcher is a good man, but he at least, knows what to do. I have no issue with that.
No, he doesn't.
What?
He knows what to do. Like, half the things he's done was the wrong thing.
No, I don't buy it.
Yes, he is
admits it in the show.
He is the Poe Dameron of the boys. In The Last Jedi, Poe made all these bad decisions. Same thing.
Well, I will say they kind of screwed the pooch on the Poe Dameron's character. He could have been a whole lot better. But I do like the deep Scientology type faith. It's a good season, though. I've enjoyed it. A lot. I do think it's funny that the week that we're all caught up, or mostly caught up, Blake's not here because he's been itching to talk about it for 6 weeks or 4 weeks now. So, sorry, Blake. Sorry. Let's see here.
Are you apologizing to him on the air? He's not going to hear this.
It's true. That is true. Let's see here. Anything else you guys watched this week?
I finally watched Mad Max Fury Road.
How was that? I haven't seen that.
Meh.
Just meh. I haven't seen it either.
It was fine. I mean, I was expecting too much because that's all you heard how great it was.
I mean, was it worth
a Mad Max movie?
Was it worth a Best Picture nomination?
Oh, that's right. No, I wouldn't think so.
That was Best Picture?
It was wow.
It was nominated.
Wow.
I mean, since they opened it up to up to 10 movies being nominated, that got one.
I would have never thought it should have.
What are they going to do with the Oscars this year? How are they going to do that?
Best movie, New Mutants.
Yes! I'm voting for it.
You're basically down to the New Mutants, Tenet, Bad Boys for Life, Trolls 2, and
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic and Scoob.
Mulan, wouldn't that count?
Oh, yeah, Mulan's in there. Sorry. And maybe
Doesn't
Wonder Woman?
Mulan count?
Which
Did
one?
Mulan ever get a theatrical release?
Internationally, it did.
No. Yeah.
I don't know if that counts for Oscar.
I say you just give it to Black Panther. Just fuck it. Let's just give it to Black Panther and be done with it. It was a good season. Good year. Have a good night.
Yeah, that makes absolutely no sense. But sure,
Black Panther should have won that year. It's the best film of the year. Or fine, you know what? I'll do that. Spider-Man Into the Multiverse. Just give it to that because that's a fucking masterpiece. So just put that in there. Nothing else is out. Don't give it to Tenet. Oh yeah.
Well,
You haven't even seen it.
Maybe if you get the name of the movie right.
Yes, that could help.
Shut it. Doug, did you like the other Mad Maxes though, right?
They were fine. I thought the Beyond Thunderdome was good. It's been such a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't against them. Yeah, they're decent films. Best movie? No.
That's a series that I never saw the first one in. I saw The Road Warrior.
Is that the second one?
That was the second one.
Okay.
And then Beyond Thunderdome I saw.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Miss Congeniality all over again. I didn't see the first one, but I saw the second one.
Jeff, I saw the second one with you, and then I went back and saw the first one. And let me tell you, the second one makes so much more sense after seeing the first one. Oh, my gosh.
Does it?
Oh, yeah, the inside jokes were just writing themselves.
So, yeah.
Just writing themselves.
What about Princess Diaries? I saw the second one, but never saw the first one.
I don't think I saw either.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Did I? Oh, I did.
The second one was pretty bad in the theater.
Because you kept making fun of her best friend.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Jim, did you watch anything this week?
This week, I started to watch a show that's been on for a few years, just pick up on Netflix, Kim's Convenience, about the Cream family owns the convenience store. It's just a little sitcom. It's amusing. I'll finish watching it.
Is it a newer show?
It's in its fourth season.
Okay.
But it's still being made. So
is that like a Canadian show or?
Yeah, and it's based in Toronto, and yeah.
We do have to thank Canada this year for having for having some good shows so we can actually have a fall TV season. We appreciate that, Canada.
Yeah. Thanks, Canada.
What's up?
Oh, I'm sorry. They got the one new one show with Jessica Alba and Gabriel Union.
Oh,
that I think Fox is showing it. They're LA's Finest or something like that.
Yeah,
that show's been out for like 3 years on I want to say Spectrum Television.
Yes. That's the Bad Boys spinoff of the show. It was originally supposed to be a film, but then it went to Spectrum. It went to a TV series. So, speaking of Gabriel Union, I did have on today while I was working Bring It On. That was on. They have a marathon on MTV today.
I saw that over the weekend, and I was surprised at how bad Kirsten Dunst's acting was. I did not remember it being that bad.
She is not good in it.
You're too busy concentrating on Elijah Dushku.
Yeah, I was. I'll admit that.
Elijah Dushku. So good.
So now, I mean, like, I don't remember Kirsten Dunst being that bad, so now I want to check out other movies, and was it just that movie she was that bad in, or is she just not that good?
She's just not that
Jason
good.
Doesn't like her at all.
She's not that good. So
I didn't remember her, like, I thought she was good in, like, crazy
Interview with a
beautiful.
interview with a vampire.
She actually was good in Interview with a Vampire for a 13-year-old.
Dunst was also bad in Spider-Man. She was not good in that at all. So let's be real about that, Jeff. There's nothing good about her in that.
I thought she was all right. Now you're going to make me go back and watch Spider-Man because, I mean, that
She won the
upside
best
down
kiss.
kiss was she won an MTV movie award for that kiss.
That doesn't mean anything. We've won an MTV movie award.
No, we haven't.
Yes, we have.
No, we haven't.
That's where Blake's at tonight. He's actually getting it right now. So, yeah.
What category did we win?
Best spoken word. We beat out Hillary Clinton. So,
what word did you speak that was the best? Was it charcuterie?
That could have won.
maybe
A single word.
maybe.
Who's starring in She-Hulk?
Jennifer.
Taliana Mashaska. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Oh boy,
Maslany.
Whatever.
it's close.
The problem was so Bring It On was on, and then they had the sequel on after it, and they literally had the same dynamic: a white girl and a black girl going off to college, and they did their damnedest to get them to look as close to Dunst and Gabrielle Union as possible. Of
course they did.
It wasn't the same characters, but it was bad. It was bad. So I turned it off.
Is that Hayden Panettiere was in?
She was in the third one. That was after that.
Okay.
So was it Bring It On Again? Was that what the second one was called?
That's a good question. I will find that out for you. So, Jeff, you're the last one. Have you watched anything new this week?
No. I think I was watching mainly sports stuff with the baseball season coming to a close. I watched some of that stuff, so I didn't really, other than like The Boys, I didn't watch a whole lot of anything else.
So here we go, Jeff. The franchise. Bring It On.
Okay.
Bring It On Again.
Okay.
Bring It On, All or Nothing.
Oh, and that's the one with Hayden Panettiere.
Yes. Bring It On, In It to Win It.
Ooh.
Bring It On, Fight to the Finish. Then I
haven't even heard of that one.
Then they went away for 8 years, came back in 2017 for Bring It On Worldwide Cheer Smack. That sounds awful.
Could be the worst possible title I've ever heard.
And I'm sorry, Jim, go ahead.
We go ahead. I think we're going to make the intern have to watch that.
Vivica A. Fox is in the 2017 one.
The Worldwide Cheer Smack.
Let's just say, every movie has gotten it looks like, I guess, supermodels have started infiltrating the lead roles, and it looks like worse actresses have started going on. So I know he's shocked by that, but it's just funny. The hotness goes up, but the the acting goes down. The characters.
How does the acting go down when it started with Kirsten Dunst?
That's true. That is true.
The acting's go. And how can the hotness go up when it stars Elijah Dushku?
Good point. The characters' names in the last one is Destiny and Hannah. And Blake. Jordan Rodriguez as Blake. Just letting you know.
I think that's Balake.
Balake, my bad. Okay, there you go. So there's your Bring It On information. We did have a poll this week, and Doug, I hope you're happy. I've started pinning those polls to the top of our thing. I hope you're happy with that.
It's about damn time.
Yeah.
Time.
Let's see here. So let me try to see if I can find it here.
Oh, I didn't even see that, Paul.
What is the best season of the American version of The Office? We had season 2. That season they had Casino Night. Season 3 was Beach Games. Season 4 was Dinner Party. And Season 6 with Niagara when Jim and Pam get married. So there you go.
Well, based on those specific episodes, it's Dinner Party.
Well, it's not just on those episodes. I mean, that was just giving you a reference of where each character is at in those seasons. So let's see here. In last place, let me see here, with 6% of the vote, Season 2. In third place, this kind of surprised me. Season 6 was Niagara. I thought that was a good
You thought
season.
that would be higher? That's been last on my list of those.
Really? Season 4 beats Season 3, 41% to 35%. So there you go. Season 4 is their favorite one out of all of them. Just give you an idea. Season 2 had the Office Olympics, Christmas Party, the Booze Cruise, the Injury, Valentine's Day, and Dwight's speech, and Michael's birthday. What was the other one? Season 3 had the convention, the coup, branch closing, and the merger, and the that whole thing. I thought that was a good season when Jim went away.
Season 3 had Karen Filippelli.
Yep. Season 4 had the Fun Run, Dunder
But then
Mifflin.
it brought in Andy.
Yeah, the anger management.
But every season after it also had Andy.
You know what?
Yeah.
They might have gotten it right. Season 4, it had Branch Wars, the Deposition, the Dinner Party, Dunder Mifflin, Infinity. I forgot that's the one where Ryan is in charge.
Dwight beats the computer at sales.
Yep, and Goodbye Toby. Okay, that might be that.
Goodbye Toby. There you
go. Goodbye Toby. Yeah, season 6, I guess, might have been. They had Mafia, which was a rough one. Koi Pond. Oh, that's when Jim started taking over.
Funny.
When Jim didn't catch him, he just let him fall.
Yeah. He just kind of turned to the side and let Michael fall.
I think this is one of Jeff's favorites, Scott's Tots. Didn't you like that one?
It's a good one, but I don't think it was one of my favorite. It's one of the most awkward, cringeworthy ones out there.
I think that's more cringeworthy than the Dinner Party.
Oh,
you might be right on that. I just thought the Dinner Party was funnier.
Oh, I think it was a funnier episode. I just liked in Scott's Tots when they mentioned it, and Stanley just burst out laughing.
Here's a little fun thing. Episode 18 of that season, the delivery when the baby's born, Pam and Jim's baby. The second episode in that was directed by Harold Ramis. That was interesting. Huh. I also like that one because Andy gets that whole newspaper frame like spring is here, and it took an extra day to get the baby there. And the next one was the Scranton Stranglers strikes again. That was the present that he gave the baby with the newspaper. Damn it!
What happened on your birthday?
So Doug, since Blake's not here and you're filling in for intern too, would you like to do listener feedback?
Sure.
Okay.
Listener feedback sponsored by. I don't have a sponsor. Anybody sponsor?
The GOP.
I was going to say the Libertarian Party because they still want to be in the debates and aren't allowed.
Go Joe Jorgensen.
Is that the nominee this year?
Okay, from Doug.
Number one fan.
Can't give yourself a nickname.
8 fans. 7.
Okay. ESPN ranked all football stadia. Cincinnati beat out only Jacksonville and Washington. Do you agree?
Since I haven't been to any of the other stadia, except possibly Miami, I have no clue.
I know Washington's really bad.
I know everyone says it's a shithole, but
since the Bengals Stadium is just so generic and like unwelcoming, they really kind of fucked up when they made the taxpayers spend like $16 billion to build it.
And then gave it no flair.
There's no personality to it.
I mean,
the best thing they have in there is they have the big pictures of all the Bengal Pro Bowlers hanging up, former Pro Bowlers. But other than that, it's really generic and bland.
The only thing that matters to me, though, is if it's a decent playing field and wherever you sit, you can get a good view. If that's really the only things that are important, and maybe easy access to concessions.
Well, pretty much we were told that there's no bad seat in the house, but the first year the stadium opened, they had a high school football game there between Elder and Highlands, two regional powerhouses, and we went to it, and we get to our seats, and our father gets there, and he sits down, and there's just a big crack. So when they said there's no bad seats in the house, there was one. And Dad got it.
And he got the ticket.
It broke. The seat broke. This was within 3 months of the stadium being opened.
It was before they even had a NFL game, wasn't it?
Yes.
I always felt like the Red Stadium had no personality either, but then I would say in the last 5 to 7 years, they've done a really good job adding stuff.
They
New ownership has done a good job doing that.
I feel
the
like
riverboat theme to carry it through the entire stadium really helped.
I feel like what the Reds did was they had a generic video game, and then they added a lot of downloadable content, and it just got better to the stadium.
It's a good way of putting it. And the thing was that most of that was done at the team's expense, not the taxpayers. Where you're not going to get that at the Bengals Stadium because the team isn't going to cover anything but the naming rights.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked by that.
Okay, a follow-up on that. What's more embarrassing, the Eagles tying the Bengals or the Cardinals losing to the Lions?
Hey, that's enough of that. That's enough.
Okay.
That's enough.
Well, considering the Eagles were 0-2 also, they were really not that great or expected to do that well either. So
the Lions were also 0-2,
but the Cardinals weren't.
Fly high, Cards. Fly high,
Cardinals
Cards.
lost to the Lions.
Yeah, the other two 0-2 teams tied each other. So.
We'll be fine.
Okay.
We'll be fine.
So is it worse tying a bad team or getting blown out by a good team?
Getting blown out by a good team?
Yeah, you take the Jets.
It's not.
Who just gets Jets or Giants who just get stomped on by the 49ers or the Colts, or compared to that, or the Bengals-Eagles tie. Would you rather be the Bengals-Eagles or the Giants or the Jets?
Well, you'd rather be the Bengals because you at least get a tie.
Yeah, I would rather take the tie. I mean, it helps the standings better than a loss. So.
The good news is
if they get 14 ties this year, I'd be ecstatic.
But we'll talk about that later on. There's a question about that.
Oh, okay.
But I will say this. I did not watch much of the game this week. I was too busy injuring myself playing softball.
What did you do?
Pulled a groin.
Did that affect your bowling then?
It did that Sunday morning. And Sunday night, I didn't think I'd be able to bowl, but it loosened up enough. I did bowl and averaged about 174 this week. So it was a little blow I should get, but it was enough that we won all of our games.
Okay, follow up to that. Whose groin did you pull?
My own.
Oh, okay.
Bump. That was a Blake joke.
From Greg.
Wait, before you get into that, Doug, I just have to thank you for using the proper plural of stadium. Oh. I was so pleased to see that in the notes there.
I did my best. Okay, from Greg. You are in charge of saving the movie industry. What 3 films do you release first that are scheduled to be released by the end of 2021?
Ooh.
I like this one.
Black Widow, The Eternals, and what other superhero movie is going to be coming out?
Shang-Chi.
Or Wonder Woman's this year, isn't it? Wonder Woman's 2020.
Peter Rabbit 2?
Black Adam, is that going to be?
They haven't even finished filming that yet. I doubt that'll be ready for next year.
I'm saying Black Widow, the next Fast and Furious film, because that makes a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
scheduled?
James Bond?
Oh, is James Bond still scheduled for 2020?
Yes.
I thought it was. Is it?
Yeah, it says
okay.
through the end of 2021, so you can pick movies this year, too. It's November 2020.
I could pick. I was just thinking of the ones in 2021. Oh, well then, yeah, James Bond, Black Widow, and
Is there any Star Wars movies got to come out?
No.
Avatar 2?
That's 2022.
And they haven't started filming yet, have they?
Yeah, Avatar 2 is finished. Avatar 3 is being filmed right now.
Oh. Is that one reason to not like New Zealand? Because they can film Avatar movies there now?
I was thinking maybe Godzilla versus Kong.
I ain't going to save the box office.
Nah.
How about Cruella, Doug? The prequel to Dalmatians, 101 Dalmatians.
No.
How about the Micronauts?
No. Is there a Fast and Furious scheduled for by 2021?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. I mean,
you know
I
what?
would say that because, like you said, that makes the money.
I'm going with Black Widow, Jurassic Park Dominion, or Jurassic World Dominion, because that still will make money. I think Jurassic World will make money.
Okay, but is it about making money? Or if you're trying to save the industry, you want everybody to come back.
Jurassic World will bring people back.
Will it bring Americans back?
I would see Jurassic World.
I think Jurassic World, will do well internationally. I don't know if it's going to be all that great domestically. It lost a big drop off after between the first and second, and I think they're going to lose even more for the third.
You think?
Which is usually not how sequels go. Usually they get do more and more. I think the James Bond movie would bring people in. I think, if Fast and the Furious is scheduled to come out, that draws a shitload of people in. And a Marvel movie.
Yeah. I agree with you on that. I was just trying to get through some of them. Suicide Squad is out there. The Suicide Squad.
Death on the Nile?
Yeah, that's this year. They're still coming out this year with it.
Okay.
Jungle Cruise.
That might.
No.
Anything with The Rock.
Do you mean Welcome to the Rock?
I would have agreed with you, but I didn't he have a couple of duds out there.
Just the one with Nev Campbell.
You did one with Nev Campbell?
Yeah, he.
The skyscraper.
Yeah, this is where he.
Yeah,
that was not good, from what I've heard. Sesame Street is having a
What
movie.
about Rampage? Was Rampage any good?
You know what? I wanted to see Rampage, and I never have gotten a chance. I don't think it's going to be good. But I think it could be fun.
Exactly.
I think it could be fun.
Wanted to see it and never did. That's not going to save the box office.
I watched it free on whatever premium cable you got free, and it was a movie. Yeah.
That's all you can say about this.
It was a movie.
Okay, from MG Ulysses Swanson. Got a Worsley Award nominee. Wow, the spelling in this sentence is terrible. No wonder the intern wasn't here tonight. I'm embarrassed for him. A Massachusetts man dies from eating too much black licorice. What would be your choice of food to eat too much of that you would die?
So you know you're going to die, but at least you're going to eat good food on the way out. And the reason why the guy died, first off, is there's a sweetener thing in candy, especially black licorice, and it can elevate your levels and basically it can kill you.
I don't think it's a sweetener thing in candy. I think it's actual licorice.
Well, no, it's a sweetener.
Plant.
It's a sweetener they put into it. The problem is he ate, what was it, 2 bags a day for 3 straight weeks. So that could be the issue.
Yeah, but the thing was, he replaced his red licorice with black licorice. He was doing eating red licorice that way, but then it was the black licorice that did it because it's that the actual licorice plant or whatever has the thing in it, the ingredient.
Black licorice is nasty.
That's what I was going to say.
I like it.
If you're eating black licorice, don't you deserve to die?
I agree.
If you replace all your red licorice with black licorice for 2 bags a day for 3 weeks, yeah, you kind of have it coming.
Then the question, what food would you choose to kill you?
As I was going to say, properly prepared medium rare steak.
Yeah, I was trying to decide if I want to go sweet or savory, but I think I'm leaning towards the steak. Bacon wrapped steak.
Bacon wrapped filet.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Now, do you have to eat so much you die from it?
Yeah.
Like you just overindulge?
Yeah.
Or something in it kills you?
No, you have to overindulge. You just have to keep
I think
eating.
something in it kills you.
Yeah.
I don't think you're eating I don't think you're actually just eating
Until your stomach explodes.
No,
Okay.
Like it's 7.
Right.
I'm going Skyline cheese conies.
Mm.
I love some
wow.
cheese conies.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to eat 3 a day for... Although, apparently that doesn't kill you.
It doesn't
that
kill
won't
you.
kill you. You can eat 1,000 conies in a year and you won't die.
Doug, what do you got?
Homemade chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, okay.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Still warm.
Thank you for putting the homemade part out there.
Yes.
Doug, how about Dad's grilled pork chops?
If I have to eat those again, I'll just kill myself.
For a second there, I wasn't sure if that was if your dad made good pork chops or not.
No.
By the time he's done with it, there's no meat left on the pork chops.
It's a charcoal
just char.
briquette.
Yes.
So that's where Jason learned how to
That's
grill.
enough out of you, okay?
Oh.
I had some really good...
Doug, have you ever had a burger that Jason grilled?
I don't believe
it's
so.
It's charred on the outside
no.
and raw on the inside.
No.
Oh.
No. That's enough out of you, Jeff.
You want the grill temperature as hot as possible.
And then flip them as many times as you can.
You know what, Jeff? You are not allowed... I'm not inviting you to my next party.
You haven't invited me to your house in the COVID.
Yes, I have.
Well, once.
Three.
Once I was allowed in your backyard.
Twice you were allowed
One
in
other
the back.
time I was allowed in the house.
It's enough out of you. COVID's getting
when
worse.
You're grilling, you never close the lid on the grill either.
I like having the grill open. Shut the fuck up, Jim.
You can't close the lid while you're flipping the burgers, Jim.
No, I just flipped the grill. I just flipped the grill.
The point of the lid is to hold the heat in to cook the middle of the burger.
It holds your heat in.
But it's got a nice char on the outside with the high flame.
This is why you're not allowed over, Jeff. Don't take it personally. Nobody's been over.
Yeah, I really wasn't taking it personal.
Doug came over one time.
I just showed up.
He did. He just showed up. And my daughter still is like in the carry bag. She still likes it.
Mm-hmm.
She likes it. So let's see. What else we got, Doug?
Okay, from Steve at EILFM.
Everything I learned from movies.
What does the future of the podcast hold? And when is the schedule for the History of Bad Expos coming out?
October 16th is the expo, the virtual expo. We just announced some guests this week. Get some more coming out. And we got a big one coming out tomorrow. Or we think it's going to be tomorrow. It's going to be announced. That Kevin from 365 Flicks Podcast will be moderating the panel. And it's a pretty big one. So Kevin is jumping on for us. So we appreciate that.
Will they be able to wake up for it?
Well, I hope. It's in the middle of the afternoon his time, so I'm hoping. Or I guess it would be 6 o'clock his time, 6 p.m. But yeah, so we got some good ones coming out. It's free. It's just a virtual thing that we're doing. We'll have the links coming up on Cinema Guys podcast and History of Bad Ideas podcast Facebook pages and on Twitter. So when's
the schedule coming out? That's the question.
It should be next week, early next week. So
okay. And I suppose while you mentioned it, should we give a shout out to Kev over there? He's starting another podcast also where he's hosting the now I forgot the name of it.
Nerdly Out Loud.
Nerdly Out Loud. Yes. So shout out to Kevin if you want to go listen to that. He's going to have a lot of like interviews and stuff with like movie types people.
Mm-hmm. And us. We're being interviewed.
He wants us.
Yeah,
I thought he wanted a good podcast.
He reached out to me.
We bring in listeners.
Oh, the Hobie Bump. That's right.
Yeah.
And I can never say the name right, but I am also going to be a future guest here. Pretty soon we're going to be recording on Cult of Domesticity.
Domesticity.
Thank you.
Best spoken word.
Yes. We will be doing a missing persons case that I'm excited about, that I've done a lot of research on before. So,
I already found her.
Oh, shut up. No, you didn't.
I did. I don't understand how you just can't find these people, Jason. I mean, all you have to do is Google them, and they're there. Jeez.
This is why you're not allowed to come over anymore.
Well, the reason you're allowed to come over more is because the missing person is actually in Jason's basement.
It's in the Bob Studios.
At the side of Jason's camera right now.
Nope. See? There you go.
The missing person better not be sitting in my chair.
I am, actually. So.
Damn it!
Yeah, see, that's what he did, Jim. He had this studio built just to con you out of a chair.
I know.
And I got Blake's chair here, too, but that looks uncomfortable as hell. It is sad. It is sad. We got this really nice studio, and, we used it for like 4 months.
Chair.
Yeah. It's sad. I'll see you guys in 2022, though. I'm sure. 2021, though, Cincinnati Comic Expo at Duke Energy Convention Center, September
17th.
17th through the 19th. Thanks, Doug. Hopefully, we'll be in person doing trivia. The LA Expo is doing one comic convention is doing one in December with a limited amount of people.
60.
Yes, just 60 people. I think they said 5,000 or 2,500? I forget which one. And then they're doing it in 5-hour blocks each day. So, I don't know. Like I said, we'll see what happens. But they said that...
Would that have been any better? I don't know.
It may be the future of conventions. It may be the future that you do 5-hour blocks and have a good day. So, I don't know. I think next year's going to be really cautious with all of the conventions if they come back. I think it's going to be the following year. Hopefully, things are a little bit better, with...
I think if Biden wins, it all goes away anyway, so it doesn't matter. It'll be back to normal.
Down
the hall!
Well, because 2 days after the election, there's going to be a vaccine then, too.
Oh, stop it. It is not Jesus.
From Besotted Geek, does Jeff still get annual furry rabies shots?
Didn't we answer this question?
I was going to say, I think so.
What's wrong with the intern this week? Jeez.
That's why he was suspended this week, wasn't it?
It was. Doug, keep going.
Okay, from Professor Number One at Doctor Number One. What are your predictions for the Bengals' final record this year?
14-2, baby.
No.
I'm sorry. 2-14.
Nope, you said it. 14-2, Jeff.
That's probably closer to the truth. But
I'm going 5-10-1.
Okay, Doug, what are you going
this
with?
Sunday, I will be there in person to see the Bengals get their first win
Against Jacksonville?
against Jacksonville.
you're going, huh?
I am taking the intern on a field trip.
So no one's allowed to sit within 8 seats of you or something? Is that how they're doing it?
Well, we have 4 seats, so we'll have our group, and then no one will be close to us. So you have to enter into. They have like 4 sections where people will be sitting, and you have to enter through your gate, and you can't leave that quarter of the stadium.
Or you will be
wear a
shot.
mask?
You have to wear a mask when you're not actively eating or drinking.
Jim will have 87 hot dogs this game.
I'm going to be continually eating.
Licorice.
Black licorice. Going, why am I doing this?
Fuck you, I don't need a mask. Yum, yum, yum. I may die of licorice, but I gotta wear a mask. You can't take my rights away. Yum, yum, yum.
But because he wasn't wearing a mask, it'll be a COVID death.
I will have my phone to see the people who won't leave, who aren't wearing a mask, getting tased.
That only happens in like
Middle
Ohio.
school games.
Middle school. Is that Pomeroy, Ohio?
You know, at this point, I don't even give a shit. Fine, fucking tase her. She didn't wear a mask. I don't care. My empathy
But
for
she
people
was-
is zero.
She was tased because she didn't leave.
Correct.
Yeah,
So,
she was-
you know,
She was tased for trespassing and resisting
Yes.
arrest.
Yes. No,
She
Doug.
just complied.
You're listening to the liberal media, Doug. Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Do we want to go there? I could, you know.
I'll go down the hall if you want me to.
I don't know, Doug. My top 5 this week is all people on the news because that's a sitcom, right? Is that where we're going with?
David Muir, number 1.
I was going to say Grace Kelly. That's not Grace Kelly. That's...
Megan Kelly?
Thank you. I'd rather watch Grace Kelly.
Meghan Markle?
Okay. Hi, Megan.
Jeff, why did you have to say that?
I wanted to see if he would do it.
When are we going to have another episode of that?
Never.
I thought I had sent one in. I thought
You did.
Yeah, but Blake didn't make it.
we have to wait till everybody's here to do it, and you've never done it.
I know. I apologize.
Uh-huh.
Jeff, can you give me some news of the geek intro?
Womp womp.
That's what
That's
we've
the
done.
news, the geek intro.
Let's see here. Per The Guardian, I will not read this whole thing. But
I meant to ask that. Why did you have like 6 pages on one story?
well, we've talked about this multiple times, this story.
Uh-huh.
Forrest Fenn, a millionaire, in 2010 launched a self-published memoir containing clues to a treasure hunt in the Rocky Mountains. He buried a chest full of items from his antiques collection, including jewelry, carvings, and plenty of gold coins deemed worth between $1 million and $3 million, hoping to give people the Indiana Jones type of adventure that they had, that had defined his life. Basically, he got this thing. He died of natural causes last Monday at the age of 90. But in an email just before his death, he wrote that he thought more than 500,000 people looked for this treasure. But it's impossible to say if that's actually accurate or not. That's a whole lot of people. In fact, so many people looked for it, supposedly, that 5 people did die in the process of looking for this buried treasure somewhere in the country.
Oh, shit.
Treasure hunter Reed Randall made one such trip between his home in Houston and Colorado 10 times before 10 times between 2019 and 2020. He was certain Fenn's clues led to a spot outside of town, and in late May, he finally saw a tree glowing at sunset, which matched the final clue in one of Fenn's poems. Oh, shit, I gotta read poems for these clues? Fuck that. The sandy patch was just big enough to hold the treasure chest. He began to dig, and he was, but it never came about. Nothing was there. A few hours later, he realized the hole was too deep for an old man to have dug it. He said if it wasn't there, it couldn't be anywhere, because I guess this spot was a perfect clue, and he was obsessed with this. So he then emailed a photo of the scene to Fenn and said, "I know your secret," implying the hunt had been a scam all along, which is kind of funny.
Or someone beat him to it.
The funny thing was, a week later, Fenn announced that a man from the East had found the chest. Oh, look at that. Someone found it. Basically, that the guy did not want to be seen. He didn't want to be known for finding it. And so there's no photos or anything of it. 10 days later, he posted pictures allegedly sent to him by a man who had found it, but he would not reveal his name, to protect the finder. So in theory, this guy found it. So anyways, the problem is that it still may be a hoax, because basically things kicked off in 2010 when he released his memoir, and then Newsweek, Today Show all picked up on this. But it comes to find out this guy, this millionaire, he wasn't the nicest guy either. He would rob graves to get jewelry from the dead. And basically,
Indiana Jones, I gotcha.
Yep. He was in the Air Force for 20 years, so that was good. And then he owned famous art galleries and all this stuff. And basically, he just started gaining all this money. He paid $100,000 to get collections in his gallery and all this. And basically, he got that money from robbing graves. The FBI was looking for him or was investigating him. And during that time in 2010, that's when he miraculously said, "Oh, look, I got this treasure out there," basically to get everybody off his back. Comes to find out that he was pretty much just a creepy old man trying to get attention, because anytime women were trying to look for this on the Facebook pages and that, he would contact them directly and ask for nude photos. So he would tease them with clues, but then he wanted nude photos at the end of the day. So I thought that was that's kind of interesting. And then the best part was he would try to basically, get them to come out to his house, dress, provocatively, and then he would always tease clues to them. So he always denied that he asked for nude photographs, though. But yes, so the main part is, though, that no one has ever figured out if this is a farce or if it was really a treasure hunt. And we talked about this, that this has been going on for a while. We've talked about it on prior podcasts that Blake actually wanted to go look for this. I'm shocked. But basically, what's that?
This was before he could find the Oak Island treasure. He wanted this guy's treasure first.
That is correct. The best part is that people were devoting their lives to find this treasure. There's one lady, Crystal Harper. She said that the most casual searcher she talked to spent 40 hours a week on the hunt to find this.
And that's
treasure.
the most casual?
Yes. It got to the point that people just started getting obsessed with it. So, could you imagine if you were this obsessed with it and then you find out this whole thing is fake? I mean, the waste of time
you mean like
on that.
Wrestling?
I like the way
I'm
the
sorry,
story
I
ends.
can't go there for that one.
The way the story ends, where the guy's like, he's just doing this to get back at the FBI and the Bureau of Land Management.
Yes.
by putting this treasure hunt out there on public lands and have him just destroy whatever people go through there.
Yeah.
So pretty much, he's turns out he's just an asshole.
Yeah, because the Bureau of Land Management was looking at him because of some of the issues that he was having, and grave robbing and all that stuff. And so the moral of the story is this guy. You're right, Jim. He's an asshole looking for revenge, basically. At the end of the day.
Yep.
So how long does someone have to be buried before you're allowed to take their stuff?
My son actually did talk about this today because he was asking what the subjects were tonight, some of the stories, and I told him about this, and he did say that he's like, if you find an Egyptian pyramid that no one has seen before, can you take stuff out? And
the British certainly did. So
correct, but I said it would probably go to the land rights on it. Correct. I mean, it's whoever owns the land that pyramid was found on. So
the British took whatever the fuck they wanted.
So I was in Mammoth Cave this past weekend in Kentucky, which is the biggest amount of caves in the United States. And in Kentucky, we were going on these tours and that, and basically this nonprofit that's in charge of restoring caves had to buy the underground land from the train company in Kentucky, because in Kentucky, if you own own above the land, you own everything below it. Now, it differs on some states. So basically, for them, they found this cave, but for them to do any work like remodel it, get people to go down there, they basically eventually had to buy the rights from the train company because they own the land above it. So I would think that it would be kind of the same thing. You can't take stuff away if you don't own the land, right? You don't own it.
But who really owns land?
Well, like most archaeological digs to do that, you have to get the government rights. The government has to give you permission to dig there, and it has to be sanctioned illegal digs. And then the government then will actually take of that country that you're in as you're digging in. They will actually take the what you find.
Okay.
For the most.
Unless you're Britain, because they just take it home with them.
Well, that was 100 years ago or so.
Oh,
They've kind of tightened restrictions up since then.
Well, then again, who actually will own a grave? Like, it's the person who's buried in the grave.
I would say who. Good.
On what I saw online is if it's still an active cemetery, it's somebody could have been buried there for 500 years. It doesn't matter if the cemetery is still active. You can't take from that.
What makes it active? You're still burying people in it?
I would think so. Yeah.
So as soon as it's full, and they're no longer burying people there because it's full.
No, I would think if there's still people working at the cemetery, something like that there's still, it's still a business.
Yes.
So.
No, Jeff, you can't go down to Spring Grove and just start digging people up.
I don't want to dig people up. I don't own their graves.
Jeff would dig.
Right to the mausoleums either.
But I mean, if it's I'm someone I'm descended from, and I have the heirs' rights to what's in there, can I dig up a grave? That's what I want. If my parents pass and get buried, how long, till I can dig them up? Just ask.
You can.
Asking for a friend.
I mean, because when people have to exhume bodies and stuff, they actually go to the family, and the family gives the rights to it. So I think if you're a family member, you can say, "Yep, I just want to dig it up, take stuff."
I'm a creepy guy. I just want to go dig up some bodies.
I'm sure I'm not grave robbing because if we're the family and it's their plot of land, so I suppose since they're dead, we inherit that plot of land. I could dig whatever I want on that plot of land.
I might have to say this is the oddest
You are
conversation.
not going to dig up our parents years from now, Jeff.
No, I'm not going to dig anything. Come on. That takes effort.
Jeff's going to dig up the grave and then die in it. He's just going to be, I'm done.
This is so
Probably
much
get
work.
About 3 feet deep and then fall over.
Thank God I ate all that steak.
But it was bacon wrapped.
Let's see here. A couple things. Disney, after announcing they're laying off 28,000 park employees.
Yeehaw, Bob. You have a breath of silence for him.
It's not my father's Disney. I'm just saying that right now. Not my father's Disney. Hashtag. Let's see. They've made another round of release date changes, basically at the theaters. Nothing is headed to Disney Plus yet. Pixar's Soul is supposedly sticking to its November 20th release date against MGM's James Bond movie No Time to Die. That's cute. They're not going to come out.
I'm going to go watch both of them. Double feature.
I keep hearing that Soul will be coming to Disney Plus. That's the rumor.
I've heard that too. Yeah.
Which is a shame. You know, the same thing happened to Onward.
I still need to see Onward.
It's enjoyable. It's just kind of sad because, you know, the animation, I mean, that's a whole long time of work. But you know what, though? A whole lot of people have Disney Plus, so maybe more people see it that way than if they were in the theaters. Let's see here. Black Widow is moved to May of next year, May 7th, 2021. So basically, the next phase of the Marvel movies got pushed back a year. People kept saying, though, that they're just going to keep pushing it back, and it's going to be like really Thanos did snap his fingers. It's going to be 5 years before we see any of these. We're living in that time. Eternals now moves to to November of 2021. The one I want to see, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, goes to July of 2021. And let's see here. 20th Century Studios' The Kingsman jumps ahead to it goes to February 26th, 2021. Sorry. That's the prequel to The Kingsman. Yeah.
Yeah, the prequel to The Kingsman. Yeah.
I haven't seen the second one of that. I wanted to.
It's good. I mean, I didn't think much of the first. I didn't think much of the first one. I watched it. I really enjoyed it, and the second one just kind of kept going with it. So,
let's see here.
I was pleased with that.
Death on the Nile is moving to December 18th of this year. Jim was talking about that. Let's see here. West Side Story. I know you guys are going to be upset by that. That moved to December of next year.
I didn't even know they were making a West Side Story.
Steven Spielberg. Scab Jeff will be happy.
I'm trying to figure out why.
I like watching you on video, Jeff, because your brain is literally hurting from wondering why this is being made.
I'm like, Steven Spielberg doing West Side Story. I mean, was there like anyone asking for this?
No, not at all. Let's see here. Croods 2 is still coming out. That's coming out in November, I think, on Thanksgiving week. But now it's they may be actually putting it on video on demand for Croods 2. So nothing's better than seeing Nicolas Cage do voice work. What's that, Jim?
So it doesn't butt heads with Soul. You don't have the two cartoons coming out.
Yeah. So,
but you don't think people would go to see Croods 2 over Soul?
You know what?
Well, one's a cartoon, the other's an animated movie. So, I mean, there's a difference.
I used cartoons on purpose.
I know that.
I'm out. I can't.
Okay, well, Jason's not here.
Yeah, I was trying to read where he left off in the story.
That was it. I'm back.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I just went to tell my son to go upstairs for Fortnite. He's playing Fortnite.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I don't.
Sometimes that all these release dates changes, of course, are a response to continued closure of New York and Los Angeles in the pandemic, but also recent spikes in the UK and other European markets, leading to increased restrictions. Latin America also remains closed, not to mention moviegoers are slowly coming back stateside.
That's not Latin American movies. That's just completely Latin America is closed. That's it. Just everything. Sorry. It's all closed.
This could change because I think Disney's fed up with Gavin Newsom in California because they can't open. Disneyland's been closed the entire time.
Yeah, Disney.
And I think they're finally getting tired of it.
Disney did blame California restrictions on them not opening, and that's why they released 28,000 people. They're going to have to lay off 28,000 people.
Well, and they also set fire to the entire state just to show him.
Disney's having a baby?
Oh, I got it now, Jeff. I get it. The review. I got it. That's funny.
It's funny because it's true.
I always knew Minnie was mixing it up with Pluto. Or Goofy.
No,
or
she was
whichever.
fucking Goofy.
Yeah, that's who it is. Yeah. So I love that cartoon. Great cartoon film. Let's see here.
And he's fucking Goofy?
Yes. It's on OnlyFans, the Disney version.
Oh.
Sorry, Doug. Sorry. Apologize. I will say Disney Plus has a... Are you still happy with Disney Plus, Doug?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I like their National Geographic shows, their nature ones. They do a really good job with it. So,
when's WandaVision supposed to come out?
December.
That's when I'll probably think about getting Disney Plus.
Sure.
Does it start the House of M's? Did you see that?
Yeah.
It could.
Of course, you gotta have mutants first, right? I mean.
Well, okay. Now this is just what I've heard on other podcasts, but
what
at the end of the comic book House of M, she says no more mutants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Could at the end of this miniseries, the miniseries, say
let there be mutants?
Yes. And that
Instead of getting rid of all the mutants, she brings them. That would be a clever way of bringing it in, I think.
That'd be about the only good thing Scarlet Witch has ever done in the books or in the films, so that's fine.
I still don't understand your disdain for such a great character.
Is irrational hatred?
Yes. Did she do something to you, Jason?
Did she touch you? Can you show us on the doll?
Touch you in your bathing suit area.
Right here. Here, let me help you. Let me show you. Right here. On the Disney Dalmatian.
Oh, don't do that on my Dalmatian.
Poor Disney. I feel bad for them. Let's see. What's your name, Jeff? Not Blake. Hey, Jeff, let me give you some box office music.
Let Doug do it.
Oh, Doug, you're doing box office news. There you go.
I'm doing box office. Oh,
I want him to do music. I don't want Jason to do the music.
Box office report. Oh, World Report. Sorry.
See, at least I would.
Okay. Were you trying to sound like Jason on that one?
Yes.
Okay. Because it worked. Hey, you'll never guess what the number one movie in the country was this week.
Mulan.
It was Tenet.
Oh.
At the box office. Mulan sold 0 at the box office.
It's true.
Tenet made $3.4 million, a total of $41.2 million on a $200 million budget, just falling short of its $1 billion. Number 2, the New Mutants made $1.1 million more dollars for a total of almost $20 million on $100 million. $20 million in the middle of a pandemic for a movie that was pushed back 6 times. I think it's pretty good.
It's the same thing as Tenet. Tenet cost twice as much to make, and it's made twice as much at the box office. New Mutants is made pretty much the same equivalence.
Number 3, Unhinged made $1 million, a total of $17 million on a $33 million budget. Apparently, the re-release of Star Wars Empire Episode 5. Did they actually call it that? Was that the title of it?
Yes.
Jeez. Remember when it was just called The Empire Strikes Back?
Yes.
Okay, well, the re-release of The Empire Strikes Back made $908,000, a total of 1.9 on the re-release, on an original budget of $18 million.
I hope it gets its money back. I hope. Whew.
Well, now they're not giving us its total intake, just the re-release intake.
I know.
And Infidel made $745,000, a total of $2.6 million in its opening weekend on an unknown budget.
Do you think Unhinged is just going to keep staying at the box office for 16 more weeks just to get the $33 million back, since nothing else is coming out? You think it's just going to keep staying there?
Why not?
I'm fine with it. I'm
There's
just
nothing
asking.
else coming out.
My question is, where did Infidel, and if it's an opening weekend, where did it get this $2 million?
I think it was in limited release, but I guess everything's limited right now.
Yeah.
It's a documentary, I believe.
I think we talked about that in the past couple of weeks. On the upcoming, this week, upcoming for October 2nd of 2020, we have The Keeper.
I don't know if this is the right one, because the one I found was from 2018.
It probably is.
Probably a foreign movie being released here or something.
Yeah, the love story of a young English woman and a German POW who together overcome prejudice, public hostility, and personal tragedy. Yep, that's it.
Here I thought it was going to be a story about a trapper keeper.
That's the
Nope.
sequel.
Okay. Looks like also coming out is Tar.
Tar. Let me find this one
I think
again.
it's a prequel to Brer Rabbit, right?
Nope.
It is not.
Oh.
Tar. This is a mysterious creature rises from the depths of the La Brea tar pits in Los Angeles to wreak the city.
Brer Rabbit. It really is. A mysterious creature.
Brer Rabbit, yeah. Brer Rabbit was in the La Brea tar pits. You're right.
Jeff,
Wow.
you were talking. You sent this out to a Song of the South you can actually buy, can't you?
Yeah, I'm sure it's a bootleg copy, but Wish, they Song of the South.
$30.
Do you know anything about Wish?
Very little.
It's Chinese based, okay?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's all.
And I've heard stories, and I think I've delivered some stuff where somebody ordered a cornhole set, okay, and the package that they got for visual, it was this big. I've heard several times where you're ordering stuff thinking it's normal size, and they send you like a really tiny version of it.
People were doing.
To read the descriptions, read the whatchamacallits, the dimensions,
Right.
During the Great.
and realize their dimensions are all in like millimeters and not
Yes.
inches.
Yes.
They got Stonehenge.
They had "Don't Waste Your Money" months ago when we had the toilet issue, the toilet paper debacle. Nobody had any, and people were buying it on Amazon from these shady sites, and basically it was like Barbie-sized toilet paper they were getting.
Yeah.
And it looked like it was the big ones, and it was like this. And then some were getting it with just half used, like it was only half the toilet paper roll.
Wow.
They're like, make sure you get from a reputable company. It's like, wow. So, what else we got?
We have Professor Uncut. Oh no! Please tell me that's not about Professor X.
Professor Uncut, a dark sci-fi thriller about a corporate assassin who uses brain implant technology to take over other people's minds to get close to her targets. But it's not easy for her to extract herself from every mind she occupies.
It is Professor X.
Wait, is it Professor Uncut? Mine says Possessor Uncut.
Oh,
It's Possessor.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, it's not so funny now, is it, Jeff? Huh? Yeah.
I just figured the damn
Funny,
intern
so-
screwed up again.
It's not so easy to read.
Possessor.
What else we got?
We've got a Caltispy.
What?
Oh, what?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a call to spy.
Oh, it's like, what?
Call to spy. In the beginning of World War II, with Britain becoming desperate, Churchill orders his new spy agency, SOE, to recruit and train women as spies.
What? Women can't be spies.
It has Stanacatic in it, Jeff, so you'll be pleased.
Oh, wow. There's been a Stanacatic sighting.
Yes.
So, Red Sparrow. Okay, next.
Stanacatic was in Red Sparrow?
No, the plot. The plot.
Next is Heaven.
I'm in heaven.
Are you trying to sing the Bryan Adams song?
No, I'm in heaven.
Because I actually sounded a little like the Bryan Adams song. But
yes, I was.
if you're
I
trying to-
was. Now I am. Yes.
Okay. Set between the new world, heaven, and the old world, earth, the story follows the life and afterlife of Jonathan Stone and all those lives around him from his past, present, and future. Starring Eric Roberts.
Oh, I'm sold.
And the music of Bryan Adams. So Eric Roberts gets captured. Bryan Adams sings a
then
song. Eric Roberts gets out. Bryan
That is
Adams
not
sings
true,
a song. I'm in heaven. Ooh. What else we got, Jeff?
Save yourselves. See, there's an exclamation point, so I kind of had to do it with emotion.
Save yourselves. A young Brooklyn couple heads to an upstate cabin to unplug from their phones and reconnect with each other. Blissfully unaware of their surroundings, they are left to their own devices as the planet falls under attack.
Wait a minute, didn't they just say they were unplugging? Now they're left to their own devices?
It's a play on words.
To play on warts.
Play on you. Okay. I'll be honest. This week looks like pretty shitty movies coming out. So congratulations to Tenet for being number 1. Congratulations to New Mutants for being number 2. Congratulations to Unhinged for 3 next week. And Untitled movie for number 4. And Infidel for number 5. So, Jeff, I feel like you're in Groundhog Day over there. Really saying
I'm
the
just
same.
repeating the same thing every week.
We did have one thing I want to talk about quick, that Nikki from New Zealand that has no COVID anymore, New Zealand. Oh, so it's very little because they listen to scientists, and they're also an island.
Which scientists do you listen to? Some say you don't have to wear a mask. Some say you do wear a mask.
Bill
Some say
Nye.
there is climate change. Some say there isn't climate change.
I'll listen to the scientists that are proven with actual doing science,
Research.
not the ones who claim to be scientists and then give an opinion as their findings.
I usually go with the ones that use demon blood to solve everything. I usually go with them.
The ones that aren't working with Dr. Phil.
Or Oz. Dr. Oz, too. Fuck that guy.
Well, at least he's a doctor.
No, he's not. He's a piece of shit. Doctor of shit.
You say that like doctors aren't allowed to be pieces of shit?
Anyways, Nikki is on episode 319 right now. We're on 353 this week. She's catching up, and she's like, it's really kind of eerie listening to the episodes when Jason is talking about this little disease in China called COVID or Corona, and that Jeff is making fun of it.
I wasn't making fun of the disease. I was making fun of the fact that Jason is a germaphobe, and the slightest discussion of something sends him spiraling. Just because he happened to be right this time doesn't mean you were right every other time.
One time's right. I'll take it. But it was funny because she's like, she was listening to them. She's tweeting us, and she's like, and now I'm in the episode that Jason's stocking up on masks before everyone else. I wish all you Americans would take a listen to Jason. This would have been better. And I was like, and was made fun of. She's like, I know. And then I think the next week she's like, and Jason has a bunker now. So I do think it is interesting. Like, you could go back and listen to those episodes. Like, it just gets, well, I guess if you want to depress yourself.
Did she start at episode 1?
Well, she's been listening for a long time. Actually, I think she started like episode 15 back when we did 15 or 18 episodes. And she said she got, she was stuck behind a little bit because she had a kid and basically didn't have much time listening to any podcast. So now she's catching up slowly but surely. Nope. Stay on target. Stay on target. So, but thank you, Nikki, for listening. Everyone else, too. But
Nikki will hear this in 4 months when she catches up. But thank you, Nikki.
Happy birthday to her child.
Yeah. Also, some condolences going out to Ian of Pittsburgh Nerd. His mom passed away last week, so sending good thoughts and karma to you, sir. We did become best friends, so I want to send that out to you, buddy. And so, on a positive note, though, let's do some top 5 this week. So, top 5 this week is from Blake, who isn't here. It was his idea.
Or I thought this was the intern.
Oh, maybe it was.
Brian's.
Oh, well, Brian's not here either, so fuck them both.
Yeah, neither of them were here, but
fuck you.
Brian's idea.
Real quick teaser for next week, I guess, in a positive way, maybe. Scab Jeff will be here next week, so he will be here. I asked him to come on this week too, and he said, unfortunately, he's watching the debate. I said that is unfortunate. So we're less depressing. So let's see here. Top 5 this week.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I interrupt with breaking news?
Yes.
The Kentucky Speedway is losing its NASCAR race.
What?
Really?
Yes.
Well, that sucks.
Just heard.
How many races does the Kentucky Speedway have a year?
One of the main race, and then I think 2 of the level below it. Well, that's the Xfinity Series.
But, yeah.
Okay, so I know nothing about NASCAR. Do these speedways have more than like do they have races every weekend, or do they like other races, or do they just have like the big ones?
There's other levels. Like Kentucky, they've had IndyCar before, and then ARCA, which is like a lower NASCAR. So they have other races.
Gotcha.
But they don't do the dirt track races. Those are the only good ones.
How about the funny car races? Do we do funny car races?
I don't think so.
No. Let's see here. Top 5 this week. Best performances in a sitcom this century. So I guess from 2001, right, Doug? Is that correct? 2001?
2001 through 2020.
Okay. Let's see. Doug, you can go first. Let's do that.
Okay. I found out I was coming on the show about 15 minutes before the show started. So
we appreciate that.
I made a quick thing. So I think they're all in the same year. Who would put the wrong years down? But I hobied this first one just because I don't know if the one's a sitcom or not. Pushing Daisies, Lee Pace.
Ooh.
Is that really I don't know if that's a sitcom, though.
It's a comedy. Yeah, it's a dark comedy.
It's like Good
and
Girls.
they were put in situations.
It's like Good Girls.
Okay,
It's more of a sitcom than Good Girls. So yes.
Okay, That'll be the only one then. I'll cross the other one off. Good enough. 3 pace pushing daisies.
That's a good one. That was a great performance. I'll agree.
I thought that was going to be on your list, Jeff.
It wasn't.
Obviously, it's not on the board.
It didn't even cross my mind. So
What's your
I kind of wish it was on my list.
What's your number 5?
Let's see. My number 5, I'm going to put Nick Offerman in Parks and Recreation as Ron Swanson.
I love when they try to offer him a salad.
Honestly, I think they could have probably done without any other character except him and probably Leslie Knope. But it just, I don't think they could have done a successful show without Ron Swanson.
Okay.
Have you seen his crafting reality show? I think it's on NBC.
With Amy Poehler.
Making it with him and Amy Poehler. Yeah, I saw the second season. I did watch that. I didn't see the first season.
He kind of made that show.
Making it. He made it.
Bump.
I'm sorry.
Jim, what's your pick? What's your number 5?
Tucker Carlson. No, I'm kidding. That's not right.
That is a dark comedy.
I will go Perry Cox, John C. McGinley,
Johnny Mac.
That was my number 1.
As much as you had like the play between Zach Braff and Donald Faison, and then the 2 girls and everything, John C. McGinley made that show.
I will agree. I will agree. Everybody else had good characters, but without that character, I think the show pales.
Yes.
So I did my number 5. I did as not making the show, but it surprised. She surprised me in the show. It made it enjoyable, and she was only on for a couple episodes. Kathy Bates as Jo in The Office. I really enjoyed her character, and she was a good foil to Michael. And so that basically saw through his bullshit and laziness because he always got away with it somehow. Because he had good sales, his company, his office. So Kathy Bates, especially when she brought the Great Danes every week.
Then is it bullshit and laziness if the job gets done?
In spite of him, yes, it does.
But I mean, if they had another person in charge, they might have been by the book, but they might not have had the sales that they had.
I agree. I'm just saying. So Kathy Bates. Kathy Bates. My number 4 is going to be, I hope you did. It's basically the whole gang from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That show should not work, and it does because all 4 of them, well, now 3, are magnificent in it. It's hilarious. They're all deplorable. Well, I guess there's 4 now still with Danny DeVito. Yeah, you can add DeVito.
Yeah, but there's 5 main characters.
Yeah.
At least from the second season on.
Yeah.
If I had him on the list, I would have had Danny DeVito on there because the show was funny without him. But when they brought him on, because they made him bring a named person on, he really took that character of Frank and made him completely unscrupulous and not unlikable because you actually like him, but he's just an ass down to his core, and it's a great character.
I still laugh. I'm sorry, Jeff. Go ahead.
I would have picked Danny DeVito from there too, because honestly, it's more of the writing and the situations as far as the performances. I don't think the others give great performances.
Charlie does.
I mean, especially Charlie feels like he didn't memorize the script and he's trying to remember what he's supposed to say,
which makes it funnier
because the character's an idiot.
but it feels like Charlie Day just kind of like stammers through some lines that it felt like they should have been delivered better to me.
I feel like we should all thank.
I think that's part of his character.
Well, like when he just repeats, "Oh, you didn't do it. You should have done. And it's like, it felt like they didn't flesh out how that scene was going. He just winged it, and it fell flat. I get that when watching Charlie Day on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Just saying.
We can just say thank you to Danny DeVito because he brought the word toe knife into pop culture. Where's my toe knife? Oh, God, Jim, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Lamorne Morris from New Girl. Winnie the Bish. Winston Bishop. Again, who wasn't on the pilot, but after Damon Wayans got his new show, they needed to bring another character in, and he fit in well with everybody, even when they brought Damon Wayans back.
Was Damon Wayans a regular character in the last couple seasons?
Yes.
Well, he came back, was a regular for a season, then left again, so he wasn't there for like the last season. So I'm not sure.
He wasn't regular in the last season, but he was in episodes.
Okay.
He moved out of the apartment at one point.
Yes.
Jeff, what's your number 4?
It's to me.
Yeah.
My number 4, I have Danny Pudi as Abed Nadir in Community. I think that show falls apart if he can't pull off that role.
You don't want to put Chevy Chase in that?
Nope. I did not want to put... Now, Chevy Chase plays a good grumpy old asshole, but...
Does he really play him?
Whatever. But yeah, you need the Abed character to be believable and whatnot for the whole show to work, I think, and he pulls it off.
Okay. Doug, number 4.
I'll go with Ted Danson and the Good Place.
Okay.
I had him as an honorable mention.
Yeah.
He was originally on my list, and he was bumped off.
I think you should do it just for his gray hair.
Just now when Doug mentioned him, he bumped him off his list.
No. Matter of fact, when we come back down, I'll tell you why he was bumped off. But I agree with Doug on that pick.
Doug, number 3.
Number 3, I went with Bernie Mac from the Bernie Mac Show.
Okay. I feel like that's
because without Bernie Mac, there would be no Bernie Mac.
Exactly.
Performance was stellar.
Bernie Mac, moment of silence.
Bernie Mac.
I would put him on my list, but I had to watch Mr. 3000, and that just brought everything. No, never again. Never. I think he was in Soul Plane, too. Ugh.
I think the Bernie Mac show is kind of an underrated show.
I don't think...
I go back and watch episodes now. I still enjoy it. I think I enjoyed it more than I did when it first came out.
Yeah, I didn't really watch it when it first came out, and I've caught, showings on repeats or whatnot as background stuff. And I've enjoyed it when I saw it, but I never really paid attention because it was, at the time, just the background.
Jeff, what's your number 3?
My number... Ooh, I see poor connection on our Skype there, Jason. You getting me?
Yeah, I'm fine. I gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It went away. All right. My number 3 is also from The Good Place, but I decided to take Darcy Carden, who played Janet.
It was between those two. I almost took her.
That was what mine was between. Yep. Ted Dan. I went. I think because like Ted Danson, he had to be believable for that twist to work. Mm-hmm. Or otherwise it falls flat and the whole show falls apart. So I understand the Ted Danson choice, but I just thought her as Janet with all the shit Janet had to do, and then every evil Janet and even Disco Janet. I mean, so I bumped Darcy Carden over Ted Danson. But
Jim, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is George Bluth, Sr., Jeffrey Tambor from Arrested Development. I think without, again, the character who puts them all in this bad spot, I think they wouldn't all be as fucked up as they are.
There's
And I
always
think he did a great job in that role.
there's always money in the banana stand.
he did do a good job in that role. Yes.
No touching.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's see. I had number 3. Somehow I screwed up Jim here. I broke Jim down.
No, you muted him.
Bring him back.
And now you kicked him out. Man.
See if Jim is
Way to
back in
go,
there.
Jason.
Jim. Hi, Jim. My
There
bad.
he is. Jason didn't like you, Jim.
I'm sorry, Jim.
I know.
I'm sorry. I was trying to fix something with the sound. So, anyways, let's see here. My number 3, and this is just because I gave up on the series because it got annoying. But Neil Patrick Harris in How I Met Your Mother. I think he keeps that show together.
You gave up on it because it was annoying, and he's your
Not
number
his
3.
character. The rest of the show was annoying.
Oh, okay.
Even though I love Allison Hannigan, I felt like there was a Neil Patrick Harris that did a really good job holding a lot of things together. So
He did a great job. It resurrected his career that no one thought was possible.
my number 2 is quite possibly one of my favorite shows I'm watching for the first time, even though it's been out, is Hank Azaria and Brockmire. I love Hank Azaria in that show. And
I need to just watch that one. I've never seen it.
it is hilarious. It is hilarious. So, let's see here. Is somebody... Jim, you okay over there?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
For a second there, I thought you were flying an Apache helicopter into Nam. I didn't know what was going on. You okay, Charlie? You okay? Let's see here. I don't even know anymore. Jim, what's your number 2?
My number 2, I'm going to Hobie this.
Okay.
2 guys from the same show. The way that they played off each other was fantastic. I'll go Kumail Nanjiani and Martin Starr in Silicon Valley.
Okay.
It's another one I probably need to watch.
I saw 2 seasons
Thomas
of it.
Middleditch is the head guy in the show, and he's the head of the company they started. But his 2 programmers were Dinesh and Kumail Nanjiani and Martin Starr, and they don't like each other, so they're always trying to beat each other at things and fuck with each other, and that's pretty funny.
Jeff, what's your number 2?
My number 2 was close to Jim's number 3 there. Same show, but I picked David Cross as Tobias Funke. I honestly, just like all the terrible situations and stuff that he puts it in, I just found that actually the best part of the show. I mean, otherwise it's just a bunch of assholes who hate each other, but then you get the goofy guy in the middle of it, and that's what I really liked.
I like David Cross in Alvin and the Chipmunks. He did a really good job in that.
You did not like David Cross and Alvin and the Chipmunks. You're being facetious.
I am. Doug, what's your number 2?
Number 2, I went with Portia de Rossi, Veronica Palmer from Better Off Ted, the cold and calculating boss.
Yes.
Yep.
Series I need
There's
to
a lot of good things from Better Off Ted. Yeah, I need to go back and watch because I didn't see the whole run, and it was a short run.
Yes.
But there's some good things to that show.
What's your number 1, Doug?
Number 1 was John C. McGinley from Scrubs.
Oh, okay. Put on board. Jeff, number 1.
My number one is Wendy McClendon Covey in The Goldbergs.
That's
Okay.
a good one.
I think that her performance in that, I'm just stunned she's never been nominated for an Emmy, because the Emmys suck if they're not nominating her performances, because I think it's some of the best comedic performances out there, and again, she holds that whole show together. Without her, it doesn't work.
Okay.
Yeah, the show mainly is. I think she is the main star. The character's written for her, and she carries it well. I mean, she runs it.
Jim, number one.
Number one, I am going to go Adam Scott from Party Down.
Yeah, I wanted to see that series. I've heard nothing but great things about that series.
Again, it's 2 seasons, and I'm pissed off they didn't have any more.
I watched the first episode, I think it was, and then Netflix dropped it. Or it left net. So I watched it and I'm like, okay, and then the next week I went to watch another one and it was gone from Netflix.
Bastard.
What?
It's on Hulu now.
Yeah, that doesn't help me.
My number one is Andre Braugher from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the police chief.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that's how you would go. I knew he would be on somebody's list.
He cracks me up every episode. God, I love that character. And you just don't expect it from him, because you always see him in serious roles, and then you see him in that, and it is just hilarious. Because there are days that Andy Samberg, and his wife in the show, Gina, not Gina, I forget his wife's name in it. They can get annoying, but you always go to the police chief, and he's hilarious in it. Andre Braugher always does something good with it. So that is my number one. Real quick, any honorable mentions?
I have 3.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
I have Titus Burgess and the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. He connects the show in just a different way that wouldn't be there without him. I will go with Sam Elliott in The Ranch, because without him, there's really no reason to watch that show. And let's see, the other one I had was Matt LeBlanc in episodes playing shitty Matt LeBlanc.
Jeff, anything?
Playing just a bad version of himself.
Yeah. No, that was a good performance. The bad Matt LeBlanc. I agree with. Yeah, it showed he could do more than just Joey.
Yeah.
That was my honorable mention, Matt LeBlanc and Joey. Damn it.
The only other honorable mention I had was also from Arrested Development. I thought about Jessica Walter as the Lucille Bluth.
Doug, you got any?
Not Lucille 2?
Not Lucille 2, no. Lucille.
Or
She was
Lucille?
Lucille. No. She doesn't win the Worst Mother of the Year award for nothing.
We had some listeners send in some. Stork, Episodic Geek. He had Steve Carell, Titus Burgess, Catherine O'Hara, Amy Poehler, and Larry David. MG Ulysses Swanson had Jeff Daniels as Will McCovey in The Newsroom. I don't think that's a comedy.
Don't read his list, because there's only one comedy on there.
No. Nick Offerman as Ron Swanson in Parks and Rec. The entire cast of Shameless. He opened it. Shameless can be funny.
That's 2 comedies, yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland as Jack Nope. Martin Sheen as President Bartlett in The West Wing. Nope. Stork did call him out. I appreciate that. He did say sitcom being the key word. But he went the Randall Holt way of doing a top 5 and just kind of did his own. So that's okay. That's okay. Let's see here. I think that was all it from that one. Let me see if there's anything else on here.
There's stuff on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Nobody had Robert California I was kind of
Oh, you put him as the picture going out. And no one really liked
that was going
that.
to be I was going to be one of mine, but you put it on the picture. So, James Spader.
Let's see.
James Spader was terrible on The Office.
Oh, he was awesome.
Brian Auer. This is for Doug. Alan Tudyk from Powerless.
I like that one. That was a good pick.
Steve Carell in The Office. Neil Patrick Harris in How I Met Your Mother. Kristen Bell in The Good Place. And Jim Parsons in The Big Bang Theory. Which I think his character got annoying at the end, but he definitely did. He was this piece that got everybody's attention.
At the end?
Well, he was annoying a lot, but...
his character was annoying. Jim Parsons' performance was
correct.
Good
Yes.
as an annoying character.
Sean, a Pittsburgh nerd, had Allison Janney as Mom. Kat Dennings and Two Broke Girls. Get the fuck out.
See, Kat Dennings is good. Two Broke Girls just wasn't.
No. Nick,
honestly, I'll say the same thing. Allison Janney is good, but Mom, I was disappointed.
did you see Anna Faris is leaving that show?
I saw that.
I don't know how you're going to make a show now, but...
I mean, they already wrote out the
Kids.
daughter,
Yeah.
all her
Yeah, you
kids.
have-
So
Have Allison Janney on by. It'll be the good part of the show.
yeah, Allison Janney and crap, I forgot her name. Joy from My Name Is Earl.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
So-
Nick,
but she was in. Oh crap! I forgot the name of that movie.
good job,
Great
Jeff.
motorcycle movie.
You know, with that bandana on your head, you kind of look like Prison Mike from The Office right now.
Hey, I'm Prison Mike.
Nick Offerman from Parks and Rec. Rainn Wilson from The Office. And Alec Baldwin in 30 Rock. Let's see. Doug, wait a minute. Doug, you had two lists? You had all the Hogan's Heroes cast? Wait a minute. What's this? What is this?
It wasn't all of them.
My goodness.
Really? Even with the honorable mentions, there was still someone you left off?
There were still a few, yeah.
It's Jamie Presley, Jeff.
Thank you, Jamie Presley.
and that reminded me of somebody I meant to put on my list and I forgot. And Ethan Suplee is Raymond.
Oh, yeah. I'm changing my list. I
From
want to put
Parker
Raymond
Lewis
Dickey
Can't
on my
Lose?
list. No.
Oh,
No.
We're talking
from
this
My Name-
century, Jason.
my bad. The Dit Man. He had all things Kevin James. Just for me. Screw you. So there you go. There's your top 5 list. Thanks, everybody, for turning that in. Doug, thanks for showing up.
Hey, no problem.
Minutes notice, and you came on the show. You wouldn't watch the politics. Scab Jeff would, so he's going to get ripped on for that next week. But
You know, as I was printing off the outline, my wife's like, you got 10 minutes. Oh, okay.
whoa! Hey! I don't want to know that.
Wow. That only takes like 2 or 3.
Woo! Moving on. Bad idea of the week. Disney laying off 28,000 people. That is bad idea number 28,000. Bad idea 28,000.
Thank you, Gavin Newsom.
Ugh, damn it. Why can't you just let everyone get sick? God.
Yeah, I mean, what you want them to have to pay all these people when they're not making money?
Oh, they're making money.
Well, the park isn't. It's
no.
shut down.
I always hated Gavin Newsom's music, too. Fuck that music. Oh, that was Gavin McGraw. Never mind. Different guy.
Gavin Rossdale.
Let's see here. I think that was it. We have titles for the show. Jeff, you got anything?
I got best spoken word and my wife's 10 minutes.
I had You Got 10 Minutes. He Doesn't Know It. Downloadable content. I'm Megan. Flip
It'll
the
never be on Megan.
Flip the Grill. Shouldn't have had all that steak. And Unless You're Britain. because
Unless you're Britain.
yes. Jim, you got anything?
No, I didn't write anything down.
Okay, I'm going with you. Got 10 minutes.
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
It's got a nice char on the outside and domesticity.
No, because I can't spell that either. I like the nice chart on the outside.
Got a nice char on the outside. I kind of like that one too.
It's got a nice char, CHAR,
Yeah.
on the outside. Thought John Candy smelled bad on the outside.
Anyway, that was a good episode. Maybe we want to go back and find a fun episode. Yeah, the one titled "I Thought John Candy Smelled Bad on the Outside."
That was actually in our, I think, top 10 most downloadable ones because our provider, Libsyn, actually had on their Facebook page, hey, give us a good title for one of your shows. And I put that one out there.
Oh.
And people start liking it, and the numbers went up. Thanks, John Candy. That and I like you, Punches Pilot. I'll kill you next.
I'll kill you laugh.
Okay, well, thanks everyone for listening. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets. There's a history, it's not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. The history of bad ideas. Podcast.
You are listening to a Hobie.